Hello, everyone. My name is Jenna Scalzetti, and I'm the Associate Director of Communications here at Boundless Life Sciences Group. Joined today on this lovely day in May with all of our wonderful Boundless moms to celebrate them and Mother's Day coming up. So, welcome, everyone. Does everyone like to say hello and introduce yourselves?
I can go first. Hi, I'm Lisa Hochberger. I'm the VP of HR here and mother of two little beautiful boys.
I'll go next. I'm Alexis Kleiman. I work here as group account supervisor, and I'm a mother to a wonderful 2-year-old little girl.
Hi, I'm Maggie Deshawn. I'm a VP Group Account Supervisor here, and I'm a mother to a 1-year-old boy.
My name's Abigail Klein, and I am a senior brand strategist here at Boundless, and I am mom to a almost 9-month-old boy.
I am Andrea Cooper. I'm a project manager here at Boundless, and I am a mother to a 13-year-old crazy child son.
I'm Randy Bohr. I'm a senior director of digital strategy, and I have two boys, one-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Amazing. Thank you, ladies, so much. We could just jump right in here. So, ladies, how do you define work-life balance for yourself as a working mom?
It's tough. Go ahead, Alexis.
No, I was gonna say it really is tough. As women, as moms, um, we're expected in our heads to do it all. And I think it's being able to balance what's important priorities in your life as a mom.
Yeah, I agree. I think sometimes it's really, I found in the last year, I've just had to give myself a lot more grace. Like you just have to, it, celebrate the little wins some days and celebrate the big wins some days. But it's hard. I don't feel like you ever find like a true balance. There's no formula for it, but on every given day, at the end of the day, I just try to say like, you did this well today, and that's a victory.
No, I agree. There's almost never balance. And that's always because, too, work sometimes needs a lot more of your time. And then another day, it's the kids that need more of your time. So you never know what you're going to get either. So you just kind of have to go with the flow. I love the grace thing, Maggie. It's the only way. Lots of grace.
Yeah, I've heard that maybe once or twice before. And I think that phrase is just so important to give yourself grace for everything. Like, there's always time that you need to, step back and say, I'm proud of myself for what I did today.
Thank you, ladies. On that note, another question for you. Are there specific routines or habits that help you manage both roles and the balancing act of motherhood effectively?
I know one that immediately comes to mind for me, especially with a young little baby still, is making sure all the bottles are washed the night before, the kitchen's clean the night before, like a whole house reset. It just allows the next day to go a lot smoother than trying to rush through everything and not do it well the following day.
I agree. The night routine, man. It's like it is an extra maybe almost hour sometimes of like me and my husband trying to figure things out, but it helps. It really like this way the morning doesn't feel so frantic if you're like looking for socks or like running late to daycare or have an early meeting, just being able to like pull the lunchbox out and go is huge.
I would agree. For me, I have two littles who are in different stages of life. So I have a daycare drop off, and then we have elementary school drop off. So it's kind of two different routines in the morning, and definitely spending more time at night is something that I always try to prioritize if I can to get things laid out. I'm a huge list maker, so I live and die by lists. Sometimes if it's in my phone, or just anywhere, like I have to write lists or I will forget everything. But that has just helped everything move definitely more efficiently. And taking, like someone else said, taking that little bit of time the night before, even if it's just waking up and not having dishes in the sink or knowing that I've got like the lunch packed, it makes everything move more smoothly. So
Adding on to the list, we're definitely list people in this house too. There's lists all over this house all the time. But something else that really helps is calendars. I don't think we would get through life in our house without calendars. We have one on the fridge for all of the things happening at daycare. We have a joint one, so all of the things on like our actual Gmail accounts or whatnot. So we're always one aligned on what's going on in the entire house. Even like the toddler will come up, oh, what's going to be today? And like we even have a food calendar at school, like lots of things like that. So we're setting expectations. Everybody knows what's going on right from the beginning of the day.
We actually have the calendars too. And then what we've been doing is a Sunday reset. So on Sunday at night, even if it's like late, just take the hour to reset the house, reset the rooms, reset the shoes that might be like all over the place, just to make sure that we know where everything is.
I love all of these ladies. With that being said, what kinds of support from Boundless have been most helpful for you in being a mom?
Definitely the Slack channel has been a huge form of support. We don't see each other every day face to face, and some people I've grown really close with, and you want to share little things that happen throughout the day. So I love the little parent Slack where we can show, oh, look what our kid did today, and we all get to celebrate together. I feel like that's so wonderful, especially with bringing us together.
I think for me, it brings it back to when you said give yourself grace. I think it's having people who give you grace too.
Also, something Boundless does really good is obviously we're remote, but we also have a flexible schedule, right? We understand that things happen. I always say the same things. You got to take your dog for a walk. You got to pick up your mom from the airport, take your kid to the appointment. Like these things are life things. They're always happening. We are all doing them. We get it. We support each other when each other's away. So you can go comfortably do those things and not feel any guilt or anything like that.
So, ladies, how do you make time for your own self-care, hobbies, or relaxation?
We also have a calendar in our on our fridge where I put the days I need mommy time. So I have a discussion with my husband and I say, you know what? Mommy's going to book a massage. And we always give each other about 2 hours throughout the week to do our own thing, whether it's the gym, whether it's, going to get a massage, going to Target, just spending that time to, you know, feel good as a mom because taking care of littles is really hard. And I know I'm not the only one. I feel like I've lost myself in part of it. I I don't dress the way I used to dress anymore. I don't look the way I used to look anymore. And finding those little times to be able to connect with yourself again and feel good in your body, I feel like is so important.
I can add to that too. And I definitely lesson learned with my second time around with my second. I didn't prioritize myself with my first one. I think I was kind of like everything was a learning curve. But second time around, I really wanted to make sure that I did prioritize myself and my health, making sure like I have to be healthy for them. I want to keep up with them. I want to have the energy to do all the things at the end of a long work day to be present for them. And so that's definitely something that has taken some self-discipline to make sure that I'm scheduling time or carving out an hour to go to the gym or even just take a walk, so that I can be, in the best headspace for my kids and for my family.
How do you, as a mom, cope with feelings of guilt or stress about not being able to do it all?
Setting reminders that you are doing your best, whether it's on your notes app, anywhere you can visually see it. It is so important for moms to remember that working moms, especially, you are still pursuing your dream of working, you are doing what you love, but yet you are also wanting to take care of your child. And again, giving yourself grace, going against those stigmas head on and just saying, you know what, I'm doing what I love, I'm doing the best I can, and I'm showing my child that working is not a bad thing.
And I think reminding yourself, I like that, reminding yourself that like what works for you might not work for someone else. Like what is your routine and your normal is not someone else's normal.
Thing for me too, like so when my son started daycare, he was like 4 months old and I was back at work and I had all this anxiety of like, what if he crawls and I miss it? What if he walks and I miss it? Like, and I really struggled with that because I felt so guilty. I was like, well, you're working and you're gonna miss these things. And um I had to almost talk myself off the ledge a little bit about it and like say like, okay, what if he does crawl at daycare? It's not about the first time, it's about the first time with me that I see it, that I get to like enjoy those milestones because it's not like no one's gonna rub it in my face that I missed it, like it's an expectation I'm setting for myself That's just unrealistic. I could be at a doctor's appointment and he could be with a babysitter and something could happen. You have no control over that.
And those daycare teachers aren't going to tell you if they walked or crawled. So you'll never know. And you'll get to experience that at home anyways, right? They're great about that. And a little off topic, but back to daycare, they're our village, I mean, this village that we're supposed to have and that they all had back in the day, we don't have that anymore. And so different villages for different people. My daycare teachers are a part of our family. They love my boys. They call me with updates. They tell me all the things like that. They're a big part of our lives. So, some people back to kind of what you were saying, Andrea, about being a stay-at-home mom and blah, blah. It's like some people are like, well, other people are raising your kids. Like, yeah, but they're amazing people. They're beautiful, beautiful people who love spending time with my kids. Like, that's great.
I agree. I'd be lost without those women. Like they are unbelievable and like the love he has for them, the excitement he has going there. Oh my God. Like I couldn't ask for anything else.
Hmm.
One thing I can add to that too about the daycare experience is when I had my first, it was a pre-pandemic world where I dropped my son off at daycare at 4 months and I drove to the office. And then when I had my most recent, he went to daycare again at 4 months old and I came home and I sat in my house and I felt like, okay, I'm sitting home at my computer. My little one should be here on the floor. And that's where I felt a lot of guilt where I'm home. But obviously, the nature of our work, we're on calls, we're doing all those same things just as if we were in an office. It's not practical. And so I had this second time around had to really like train my brain and say, you know what, he's better off there. He's so happy there. He's thriving. He's getting all the love and attention that all, these amazing teachers can give him way more than I can.
I just can't imagine, like, if I was working at home the whole time with my baby on the floor crying with no one to help them while I'm like sitting on a computer, like how helpless I would feel. So, him having someone to care for him and make sure his needs are met, that part means the world.
Thank you so much, ladies. One last question for you. What is one piece of advice you would give a future working mom?
To enjoy every minute, like every second that you're starting this new journey. And it's not necessarily perfect. It's not necessarily like someone else's, but it's all your own and you can make it whatever you want.
Also embracing the changes that are happening, not to be afraid of them, to do some planning if you need to do some planning. But if you are doing what you love, keep doing that because if you don't, you are going to regret it.
Probably would give myself this advice too, is looking back and saying, like, don't think your life is gonna be your social media feed. Like, don't think it's gonna be this like picture perfect. And that's not to scare anyone, but like, it's not perfect. You're bringing a human into this world. You're working, there's a lot of challenges that can come up and they can be hard and they can be beautiful and all the things.
My advice would be it's gonna be messy and it's gonna be very hard. But just remember to prioritize what's right for you. And that is not going to look the same as anybody else or any other mom or parent. And that is totally okay.
For me, I would tell myself to give myself grace in every moment of every day. And one thing that I've been reminding myself was a quote that I heard that today is the smallest your baby will ever be. And just continuing to grow each day. And like they're not going to be the same tomorrow as they are today. And so being present is really just something that I'm trying to keep at the forefront with my kid and also at work and just trying to figure out how to balance them both as a new mom.
And my advice for a future working mom would be, to be gentle on yourself when you return to the workplace. You are a different person, and you can't just expect to jump in and pick up where you left off. You need to, be easy on yourself and ease into things and know that you have a whole other new world outside of your day to day, your 9 to 5 that requires a lot of your attention and really know that people are going to be there to understand and support you.
So well said. Well, thank you to the amazing Boundless moms here for joining me today to celebrate you. And I hope you all have a wonderful Mother's Day this year and a wonderful rest of the year. And thank you.